the first banker in the Bible? Pharaoh's daughter, because she went to the bank of the Nile and drew out a little profit. Well, Moses was a basket case. And talking of Moses, did you know he wore a wig? Because sometimes he was seen with hair on, and sometimes he wasn't. There was a builder, and this couple had bought a brand new house, and he was going through the house and picking the colours, you know, that to paint what colours they wanted each room painted. And so they went to the first bedroom and said, we want this, 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 and he shouted out the window, green on top, and then went to the next room and took down the particulars and shouted out the window, green on top. And this went through all the rooms. And eventually the guy who was buying the house, he says, hey, he says, we're giving you all these colours and you keep shouting out green on top. What's the story? He says, well, I have a new fella and he's laying the lawn. This teacher said to the pupils, I want you to give me a sentence with the word fascinate in it. And so they were all thinking, and one little lad put his hand up and he says, Miss, he says, me dad got a cardigan for Christmas with 9 buttons in it, but after the Christmas dinner he could only fascinate. So this fella is at the doctor's and he's having a checkup, and he says to the doctor, he says, Doc, he says, I think the wife's getting deaf. He says, what should I do? And he says, well, you could measure it, you know, stand different distances from her to see when does she actually, you know, begin to hear you. And so he goes home and he takes off his coat in the hall and he says to the wife, hello dear, I'm home, what's for dinner? Silence. So he goes to the living room and he stands in the doorway of the living room. Hello dear, I'm home, what's for dinner? Silence. So he goes up and he's standing right behind the chair and he says to her, hello dear, I'm home, what's for dinner? And she says, for the 3rd time, pork chops and peas. That's all, folks.